lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a roll call.
Becknick. Here. McKinney.
Here.
Shaver. Here. Heights.
Here.
Thank you.
I need a motion to excuse Mr. Cersey and Mr. Bertone.
So moved.
Second. McKinney.
Aye.
Shaver. Aye. Becknick. Aye. Heights.
Aye.
Thank you.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the April 16th, 2024 council meeting?
So moved. Second.
Heights.
Aye.
McKinney.
Aye.
Becknick. Aye. Shaver. Aye. Thank you.
I need a noise variance for the Savinian Club on May 31st, 2024 and June 22nd, 2024 from noon until midnight.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Becknick. Aye. Heights.
Aye.
McKinney.
Aye.
Shaver. Aye. Thank you.
I have another noise variance request for the Fairport Harbor Arts and Culture Alliance for June 1st, 2024 for a concert in the park. I'm going to go from 8 a.m. to midnight on that. Does anybody know the time?
I don't know the time,
We'll
but I
go-
think that's okay.
We'll go 8 a.m. to midnight on that.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Shaver.
Aye.
Backnick.
Aye.
McKinney.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, so for those out in the audience, the reason why we had to wait is we've got a couple council members that aren't here this evening, so we're not going to be able to pass any legislation or ordinances. But we do have some guest speakers this evening from the County Health Department. Bert, I would ask you to come up at this time if you want to step to the podium there and present. So yearly, I go to the annual meeting for the Health Department where they give a report on all of the things that they do for the county and particularly in Fairport Harbor, and they talk about their budget and all the good things they do. And I know it's something that we've talked about here at meetings before. I think the Health Department is one of the better run county organizations that we have. They do a fantastic job with the tax dollars that they're given. They're always collaborative. They help run they actually help start the Just Run event that's happening this weekend. To name a few things that they do, but they do an awful lot of heavy lifting, and they don't, the citizens and council don't get to see a lot of what they do. So I thought it would be a good idea for them to present and maybe kind of focus a little bit on what they do for our village. So, gentlemen, thank you for your time this evening.
Okay, thank you for the kind words. My name is Bert Meckenbauer. I'm with the Lake County Health Department. Been there 30 years, environmental health supervisor at this point. In charge of pretty much all the environmental programs in one way or another, at least knowledgeable or able to fill in. This is Adam Litke. He's the administrator for the health district. He's been with us about 10 years. We blame the fire on Adam. If you guys remember, we had a fire. He started, and then we had a fire, 2 weeks later?
Yep. So you get a new building, better furniture.
And he
First place to the ground.
and he can't live it down. It's
Well, you
good.
did a hell of a job.
So, you probably haven't heard that in a while, though, have you?
It's been a while.
Okay, so he asked us to come talk about the district advisory meeting. Okay. Oh, you don't want that. No, get that out of
Abort mission.
there. Jeez. There we go. Okay, so public health. I mean, everybody has a little bit of an idea what public health is, but what we want to do is improve the health of the public, protect the public environmentally, from diseases, from environmental issues, or anything like that. Mitigate disease, injuries, just try to make people live longer, basically. The slogan about 10, 15 years ago was prevent, promote, and protect. So we want to prevent diseases, promote healthy behaviors, which sometimes is kind of hard because you have to ask people to change their habits or the way they live, and protect the public from unhealthy environments. I came up through the environmental health program, so I'm very passionate about those, and that's what you're going to hear a lot from me tonight. So, health department was created back in the 1920s. When all health departments really started getting moving. There were some little bits of pieces of them beforehand, but that's when the law came into place. In this area, New York did have some other things going on back in the 1860s. Some of the things that public health has done in 100 years we've been around. Widespread vaccinations. You can come to the health department and get vaccines if you need them. I mean, everybody remembers COVID, and we had a huge mission at that time to get the vaccine out for the public, people that needed it, people that wanted it. Safer workplaces at one time, that was a local thing before OSHA. Everybody knows about OSHA, but beforehand, before the national organizations, the locals took care of things like that. Same with safer and healthier food. Now food can be transported so much further. Now that's a national program again. So I don't want to read all the slides to you, but if you see something you have a question, just put your hand up and I'll go over it. But those are the main missions of the health district. Okay, here we go. So back in the 1918, 1919, the Hughes Griswold Act is what created the health departments. Lake County's health department was unique. We had the county, and then there was the city of Painesville continued with their health department until 1984 when they merged with the county. It just makes sense to have a county-wide program. That way all the rules are the same across the county. Enforcement's the same. You know, you're going to have the same type of inspection in Painesville that you do everywhere else. So it works out well. It's a great model that we have going right now. So 1920 is when the health department formed the district advisory council, and that's who governs the health department overall, and then it goes down to a board of health. The health department has moved all over Paynesville. Now we're out in Mentor. We had 5 or 6 locations in Paynesville. When I came in 1993, we were in 105 Main Street. We had a nice office there where the prosecutor is now. Then the county gave us a building down over the hill. That used to be Lakeland College at one time, the Mill Street property. That's the one that had the fire back in 14. Then we had some temporary offices, and we bought a building out in Mentor off Heisley Road. We've been in since 17. So the building's almost done. We keep upgrading different things in it, so we're getting there. So we do serve all 230,000 residents of Lake County. One health department does the whole county border to border, so it just makes it very consistent that way. The mission, like I said, is to prevent disease, promote equity and health, and protect the community. The vision of the health department is basically improve health and quality of life for the residents of the county. Whatever programs are out there, we try to get on board with what we can financially and what we have with the staff for, just to take care of things and just make people healthier in Lake County. So we have a Board of Health which is made up of 14 members, 10 individuals from the 9 cities. Mentor gets 2 just because they're Mentor. You get 3 individuals representing the townships and villages, and that's appointed by the District Advisory Council. So those members are Dr. Alvin Brown, Steve Carnes, and Dr. Lynn Smith. They're the 3 that represent the villages and townships. And then we have 1 representative from the licensing council. There's a council made up of people that hold licenses that we issue licenses to. And Randy Owak is the representative for that group. The other members of the group they're people that we inspect, restaurants, grocery stores, campgrounds, and food providers, people that we have to actually license and inspect. So they have a little bit of say in how we're doing things and what's going on. We don't want to give them all the say, but things wouldn't be happening too much. And then we have the cities, each have their representative, and like I said, Mentor has 2.
And Mentor gets the second one due to their population. So way back when they decided that the highest population, largest population got an additional person. So Mentor being that largest population, they get the second person.
So you guys could be there someday. If you keep trying, you get to have 2 people. You have to have a goal. So the health department has 5 divisions: environmental health, community health, population health, and emergency planning, vital statistics, and WIC. Like I said, I came up through the environmental health. Some of the major components: food safety, air quality, that's where I came up. Animal bites, rabies. Fairport Police Department, Service Department do a great job helping us collect sick animals that they have to put down for rabies testing. We're in a program with the USDA where they come in, they collect the animals and they test for rabies to be a sentinel to see if we have rabies in the county. Fairport's always at the top of the list for that. Mosquito control, we run that out of environmental health. That's one of my programs. Bathing beaches, we're out daily taking samples up at the 2 beaches in the county, so Fairport and Mentor. We run it to see if it's safe for people to be swimming. Generally after a storm and some sewage overflows west of here is what causes the issues out here, but you can check our website daily and see if the beaches are open or closed. Housing, we want to make sure people have safe, clean housing, whether it's a rental property or sometimes if it's some residents may have some hoarding issues or just can't keep up with the maintenance on their houses, and we try to get them in the right direction to help get that taken care of. Solid waste, the landfill, sewage treatment systems on site or the municipal systems. We have a little bit of work with the municipal systems. Private water wells, anytime a well's being drilled, we have to issue permits and inspections. Nuisance control, that's kind of the big thing. That's anything can fall under nuisance if you really need it to or want it to. Dust, odors, things like that. Fairport's, that's how I got to know Fairport 30 years ago, is from the dust coming across the river. I keep throwing the name Tony Shatina out, chief, when I talk to him, and some of those Schuster and some of the families that have been here forever, that you get to know these guys a little bit when they're calling to say it's dusty again, and that tells us what's going on. Stormwater protection, making sure things aren't getting oil and other chemicals or other things aren't getting in the soil, stormwater systems. Swimming pools and spas are inspected. Tattoos, body piercing, campgrounds. We have 2 campgrounds in the county, Madison and Perry Township. Then there's some day camps that are inspected. So we also have a radiation protection. We have a contract with the Ohio Department of Health to keep tabs on what's going on at the power plant. We collect samples throughout the weekly samples, monthly samples, all throughout the year to see if we're finding anything. We have a response team in case something bad were to happen at the power plant, where we would go and look for radiation downwind of the power plant. So here's food safeties, restaurants, grocery stores, mobile food services, the food trucks that come to the fairs and carnivals, temporary food operations, and vending machines. Those are all inspected. About 1,300 permanent licenses in the county, and about 200 mobiles come and go throughout the county to be inspected and licensed annually. Staff does about 5,000 inspections a year based on swimming pools, schools, all the foods that have to be done, some once a year, some twice a year, and then all the festivals. Mardi Gras is huge. The whole staff comes up here for almost 3/4 of a day to make sure everything up there is inspected and is safe for the public. Sewage treatment systems, I don't think everybody in Fairport I think is on sewer, municipal sewer, so it's not a big deal here, but out in the townships, sewage systems that are installed have to be permitted and licensed, inspected. Make sure that we have a new program, an O&M program, make sure that the owners are maintaining them properly, that they're getting them pumped as needed, and they have to be inspected to make sure all the components, these things are getting smart now. I mean, it's almost catching up to some of the technology that's in cars, and some of the timing and pumps and things that are in there, and you got to make sure that everything's working properly so we're not causing issues in the ditches or rivers or streams. Okay, community health services, basically it's our nursing program, vaccinations, car seats, safe sleeping cribs, safe sleeping on your back for babies, children with disabilities, medical handicaps. We have a school nursing program. I know Angie Fairbanks gets a lot of time up here. I think she was the first one in our school nursing program. I mean, she's a great asset for you guys, a great asset for the health department. She's solid. She's one of the best people that we have, I think. Communicable disease reporting investigation. So there's reportable diseases that the state has to find out about. They let us know. We investigate what's going on and make sure that try to get ahead of it so we can stop it. COVID got a little bit ahead of us. We couldn't do that just from the Lake County, so we had a lot of help from that one. Nursing does lead testing. So they fill a lot of roles down in our nursing division. Population health, safe communities. We work with the police departments, seatbelt safety, Project Dawn, tobacco cessation programs. They're in charge of our potassium iodine program for the nuclear power plant. Make sure things are ready to go or people have it that want to pre-stage it. Lake County Connections, our planning program, our FEP program, policy development. We have staff at the Wycliffe Family Resource Center and health education. I mean, and that's the tough one. That's one where you have to try to convince people that what they're doing may not be healthy for them or their families. And it started years and years ago, seat belts and all the safety seats and all the other things that have come down, the bike helmets and everything that's come down the road with that. So that's what that group does. Vital statistics, birth and death certificates. We issue 5,000 to 7,000 birth certificates. You need them for just about everything now. You need it to get your license now. You have to have a birth certificate if you want the quick license. Death certificates, 8,000 to 11,000 a year are issued from our agency. You can do them online. They can all be mailed. You don't have to come into the office. Or if you want to come into the office, that's fine too. We don't mind anymore. The WIC program, Women, Infants, and Children, breastfeeding counseling, people just to make sure that the kids get a good start, good healthy start. We do nutrition screenings, counseling and education for the parents. Assist with supplemental foods if we can. So we have a lot of staff, about 100 staff. During the summer, it's probably 20 or 30 more than that. So we hire summer interns to do different things that we have a short window to get done. We use Lake Erie College students for some sampling of our sewage systems. We hire whoever we can for the mosquito programs. We like kids going into college or in college help. We're looking for drivers for mosquito spraying in the evenings, so we're always looking for help. It takes a lot of people to get done what we do, and it's amazing some of the things that we do get taken care of and how quickly some things work. Environmental health makes up the biggest portion of the staff. So our budget's about $11.5 million a year right now. Budget comes from federal and state grants. My air pollution program runs on a federal and state grant with a local match. About 70% of it comes from the state and federal program, so it's a minimal local match for that one. Some programs are 100% federal, some are just varying degrees of federal and state. About 30% just under 30% of the budget, I think, is tax money, and I'll show you a chart of what Fairport's portion of that is. But we do a good job of looking for grants, finding contracts, providing services that we can actually not make money from, but cover the cost of. We're not there to make any money, but if there's things that we need to get taken care of, we want to cover the cost. Environmental health does bring in about 14% based on licensing of all the restaurants and the sewage systems and things like that. Just like any other business, 70% of our money goes to salaries and fringes for the 100 people staff. I mean, you got to take care of the staff. We're all learned during COVID that if you don't have the staff, you're not going to get the work done. I mean, restaurants are still suffering and not having enough people and delays to get a table or to get your food. 10% contract services, 6% go to program supplies, equipment, marketing, education for the public, and 4% building and facility expenses. Like I made a joke earlier about the building's almost done now, so we've been slowly doing things for the building. Our biggest project this year is going to be new windows for the building. It's going to be about $500,000, but it's going to be federal money. So we secured money that way. So, I mean, we're always looking for ways to bring money in, and that came through the county, through some ARPA money. So we're always looking to upgrade things, but we don't want to put it all on the local taxpayers. FAB, Public Health Accreditation Board, that was a program started about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, where we have to prove that we know what we're doing, basically, to a committee of accreditors. Lake County was the 14th health department in Ohio to succeed. We had to document how we do things, why we do things, all the processes we use. They sent a team in to basically inspect us, make sure we're doing what we say we're doing. So like I said, that was huge. Since that time, it was a 5-year accreditation. We just got reaccredited this past summer, or this past winter. So we're good for till 2029, I think, at this point. So it's a huge undertaking, but hopefully it shows the public that we are doing what we need to be doing for public health. 10 essential public health services are what they're grading us on. So I can read down, assess and monitor population health, investigate, diagnose, address health hazards and causes, communicate effectively, strengthen, support, and mobilize communities and partnerships. On partnerships, I still go back to COVID. That was a huge undertaking, and there's no way that we could have done it with our staff of 100. We still had our regular work to do. We had other things going on. We relied on fire, EMS, police, service departments, office workers from other communities. The partnerships were amazing, the people that showed up to help us out, and I don't think we ever heard a no from any community that we asked for help from. So that was huge. It was very impressive the way Lake County responded to help us out with that. We had a couple clinics that we gave 5,000 shots a day a couple times, and that was because that's as many people showed up. We could have done more, and I still brag about the fact that we were able to do that in Lake County, and it took the Army to do that in Cuyahoga County at the Wolstein Center. We had 30 stations set up with EMTs, fire guys, everybody that could legally give shots were helping us out with that, and we were able to pull it off in Lake County with just our own group. That was huge. Create, champion and implement policies, plans, and laws. We're experts we have experts on staff for different programs, and we've testified in Columbus for different laws. Utilize legal and regulatory actions when we need to. If we need to pull a license, we'll do it. We'll give you some chances. We don't want to come in on day one and say we're pulling your license, but if you don't, shape up and listen to us, we will pull licenses for things if we have to. We enable that we have equitable access for the public and everybody that needs our services. Build a diverse and skilled workforce. Improve and innovate through evaluation, research, and quality improvement. We're always looking to make things better, more efficient, whatever we can do. Build and maintain a strong organizational infrastructure for public health. So those are the 10 things that we're graded on to varying degrees, and we have to prove that we're able to do that. And we've done it, we've gone through that process twice now. So that's very impressive. And a lot of partners helped us with all that also. So here we go with all the partners. It's anybody in the county, basically. I'm not shy. If I need help, I'll call anybody I can to get what I need to make sure that we're getting things. And all these other organizations help us out. So there's a whole list of everybody here. So we like to think that we're the leader. Of course, everybody wants to think they're ahead of the game, but we really are here in Lake County. We have the community health needs assessment, so we try to monitor what's going on and what needs need to be met, and health improvement plan to make sure people are help direct the programs that we need at the county. So back in 23, we have we're innovative again, where we are providing staff to work in the Geauga County Health Department. So it's Lake County staff. They're assigned to work in Geauga County. Save some overhead for Geauga County. I'm not sure what kind of numbers we're saving out there, but
yeah, Geauga saves about $500,000 a year by partnering with us, and then we have a significant offset of the management team that, in essence, we need less tax dollars from everyone else.
so it's just a way to help offset some of the local costs, spreading some work around to different people, and that way it helps both counties.
And if I'm not mistaken, these are the only two counties that have this partnership in the state of Ohio, correct?
Yeah, we know we're the only ones in Ohio, and as far as anyone's concerned, we're the only ones in the nation that have gotten this to work. And so we have a lot of people both nationally and statewide looking at it and trying to figure out how did we make it work. We get a lot of questions, a lot of people coming out to see how it works, because everyone's in the same boat. You can only make things work so long on what you have, and everyone's kind of in the same boat and seeing how you can stretch those dollars. And this is a way that you can stretch that administration, which, those supervisors and stuff that work a lot of hours, you can spread them out over more people.
Okay, so the future for the health district, we just want to keep moving forward. Public Health 3.0. We're continuing to just come up with new and innovative ways to assist the residents, keep them safe, keep things going for our goals. And I think, okay, this is a number, or this is what everybody wants to look at. So the District Advisory Board that the mayor was referencing, they have a meeting once a year where Adam comes up with our budget, our finance team comes up with the budget. They present it to the political subdivisions at a meeting with all those different representatives, put it out for scrutiny. Anybody can look and ask questions. So this is our 25 proposed budget. So if you look at Fairport Harbor, it's first one in the second section down, it's proposed to be about $26,555. Pretty much been flat. I mean, you guys are getting, that's what you're paying for our services out of tax money. Last year it was 26.4, year before 26.3, year before 25.28. So things are, you're getting a lot of, we think you're getting a lot of services for what we're asking for. Our budget has gone up though, over the last couple years also. So things are, we're looking for other resources. We're not always just going after the taxpayers and the tax assessments to get our money. So
what we've done over the past 3 years, Mr. Graham, the health commissioner, and myself and the team, we've kept the budget 0% increase for the subdivisions, being the townships, villages, and cities, and instead look to outside contracts like things with schools, with Geauga Public Health, and those ones to bring in additional revenue or offset other expenses, so that the revenue that you all pay has stayed flat or gone down percentage-wise as the budget increases. And we're one of the few that are doing that. Many are asking for increases due to inflation and other things. And we are, I believe it's the third year in a row we've had a 0% increase.
I think, yeah.
For 3 years in a row.
And some of the things that we've been doing, like I said, we're looking for grants and things to help with building costs and window replacements. During COVID, we couldn't buy cars. We needed some vehicles. We started looking at buying used vehicles, and it's been a win for us. We're buying used vehicles with anywhere from 30 to 50,000 miles on them for the staff to run around in, and it's working for us right now. We don't have to go out to state bid. Plus, it keeps the money local. We're not buying cars from 5 counties away. We're buying local cars. So, and that's helping out a lot, and just looking for different ways to cut money back like that. So, I think that is it. So,
I know I don't have any questions.
Okay.
I don't know if council does.
I do. I have
Go
a
ahead.
couple questions.
That was fast. She was already ready. She was geared up.
I think she saw this before. I don't know.
No, I wrote some questions down. So how can we work to resolve the rodent issue that we have? How can you help us figure it out?
We have no local or state laws as far as rodents in an area. What we do is we approach it from the solid waste standpoint, where if we have an issue in a neighborhood, we visit, if people let us on the property, fine. If they don't, that's a little quirky sometimes. We have to have permission to get on the property. We educate them about the solid waste that would be possibly drawing the rodents in. You have to have a reason. You have to have harborage for them or food or something that they're coming for.
So do you have like educational programs
we have,
for that?
We have education pamphlets and things we can get out. We can get them to...
I think we could really use that.
Yep. Okay, we'll get them to Village Hall.
You know, all of that, like on our website, anywhere we can put it.
Okay.
And then aside from that, are there any programs that we aren't utilizing that you think that we should be or could be? Or could have further conversation about?
Yeah, I think Fairport specifically, you guys have engaged in most of the things we do, including our new bike program for the seniors. I believe you're one of the ones that are on that as well. We bring stationary bikes out.
I think they're on the list, yeah.
Yeah, they're on like a wheeled system, and they can actually ride the bikes with other people. We actually bring them out, set them up. They can ride with their friends.
Here? Do you do that?
I believe they're signed up to do it here in the senior center. We've started in a couple other ones, and we're moving them around. Because one of the big things that was requested was to keep people who are more experienced in age, maybe a little more active, and give them opportunities to embark with things with their friends. And so that was one of the things that we engaged in there. See how I did? He liked that. See how I did that? Yeah.
Very nice.
Wait, I have one more. So the dust complaints. We talk a lot about the odor complaints, and we've got buttons and all that stuff. They should call and report those when they happen.
Yeah, odor complaints, dust complaints, things like that. We try to track them back to the source. I don't know, was it about 2 months ago, Chief? We're driving around, 7 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, we detected some odors, and it happened to be at the right, odors are hard to track back, just because everybody smells them differently, different levels, and there's so many different things it could be. And I just happened to be up here with the chief one morning, and he said they were getting calls over in Grand River. I went over to Grand River, looked around a little bit, and then we were able to track it back to a factory down next to Lubrizol. So that was one of the sources, and there's many sources. I mean, the asphalt plants, when they start, I know everybody up here knows all the different odors that you're going to get, and when they start to recycle asphalt, you're going to smell asphalt burning for days at a time, especially when they start going 24/7 over there on some of the bigger projects. But yeah, call the health department. We'll open a complaint. We'll try to track back odors and dust complaints and things like that.
Okay.
Can't always guarantee a resolution, but we'll
yeah.
look into everything we can.
And there's a contact form on the Facebook page as well, and they can do it right through there. If they don't want to look up the phone or they don't want to dial in, they can do it right through there as well.
Okay. And the health improvement plan, is that for individuals, or are you saying that that's like, you mentioned the HIP? I didn't know.
It's for the county itself, so we work with the hospitals,
Okay.
and we come up with a community health improvement plan, and then that's available on our website as well with what the hospitals are working towards and what some of their goals are.
Okay. Awesome, thank you. That's it for me.
Thank you. Any other questions? Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Appreciate the work you do.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Sorry for going so long.
Oh, you're good. You guys do a lot. It's hard to truncate it down. It really is.
Yeah. We'll come back for another hour.
Gotcha. All right, we're going to move things around just a little bit before we go to reports. I know there's some folks that have been standing very patiently in the back. We can't actually pass the resolution tonight, but we're going to read the resolution honoring Chief Lloyd for his recent induction into the Ohio Fire Service Distinguished Service Award. Basically, he got inducted into a Hall of Fame. So I've always knew he was a Hall of Fame chief, but now I have proof of it. So resolution number 2024-45, a resolution of commendation for Fire Chief Robert Lloyd, recipient of the Ohio Fire Service Distinguished Service Award. Whereas Fire Chief Lloyd was recently awarded the Ohio Fire Service Distinguished Service Award. He began his career with the Painesville Township Fire Department in 1985, where he was one of 3 paramedics and one of the first 6 full-time members, as well as the first president of the IAFF Local 3411. He was employed there until 1996. And whereas he was a full-time firefighter at Eastlake Fire Department from 1996 until 2020. While with Eastlake Fire Department, Bob was awarded 7 unit citations, 6 of which were awarded for direct life-saving impact. He also served as EMS coordinator for over 10 years, served on and led the Fire Investigation Unit and Apparatus Committee for over 20 years, and was the department EMS and fire instructor for over 20 years. He authored multiple grants totaling over $1 million. And whereas Chief Lloyd has been with the Grand River Fire Department since 1992 and currently serves as their assistant chief, Bob is the longest serving member of the Grand River Fire Department. He has written and received several grants and was the recipient of the Metro Health Excellence and Emergency Service Award. Bob has served on the Ohio Fire Chiefs EMS Advisory Board, the Lake County EMS Committee, and is president of the Lake County Fire Chiefs Association. He was also instructor of the Lake County Community College Paramedic Program from 2000 to 2017. And whereas Chief Lloyd was hired as the Fairport Harbor part-time fire chief in 2018, his accomplishments in Fairport Harbor include increasing shift staffing, the replacement of 2 ambulances, utility vehicle, command unit, and water rescue trailer, upgraded the department's cardiac monitors, and implemented the Handle with Care program in cooperation with the Fairport Harbor Police Department and School District. Fairport Harbor is the first municipality in Lake County to participate in that program. And whereas Chief Lloyd is a peer support counselor taking an interest in firefighters and police officers' mental health, not only in Fairport Harbor, but countywide. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he would check on department members who were ill and on several occasions delivered groceries or meals to them and their families. He also currently serves as a fire instructor at Tri-C Community College and is a volunteer with the youth or the Youngsville, Pennsylvania Volunteer Fire Department in his family's hometown. Over the last 38 years, Chief Lloyd has made a positive impact on the fire service, and he is a respected mentor to all who know him. Congratulations, Chief. It didn't say it here in the resolution, but I know during the award ceremony, it was talked about. Chief Lloyd actually ran the incident command for our gas fires. So we knew about Bob long before he came on board, but that day alone will stand in infamy here in Fairport Harbor for what happened, and it was your leadership and dedication, again, to your craft and your service to the people that you served that saved the village that day, Bob. So we are truly lucky to have you on board. Thank you. Okay. So you folks in the back, if you'd like to skedaddle, you can. We'll go to reports now. Mr. Jim Lyons.
No report, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. From our village administrator, David McGurk. Welcome back, Dave.
Hopefully I'll get it right the 3rd time.
Okay.
My report's in the packet. If anybody has any questions, I'll be more happy to try and answer them.
Any questions of Dave? Okay. From our village engineer, Mr. Clyde Haddon, before I introduce, or I let Clyde speak, we also have a resolution for Clyde. And this is Clyde's last meeting with us because he is retired as of last week, as a matter of fact, right? So Clyde is actually here on his own accord. We won't make you come back for the signing of the resolution, but we wanted to thank you, Clyde, for your years of service to us as well. So resolution number 2024-47. Clyde Haddon of CT Consultants has been village engineer for the Village of Fairport Harbor since 2015. And whereas Clyde is a registered professional engineer and registered professional surveyor with 38 years of experience. Besides the Village of Fairport Harbor, he has worked in Menor, Willoughby, Eastlake, Kirtland, Concord, and Kirtland Hills. And whereas Clyde has completed over 150 stormwater projects, primarily for public entities. His areas of expertise include stormwater management, watershed studies and modeling, floodplain management, highway engineering, drainage design, and municipal engineering. And whereas Clyde is also the village stormwater manager and has been instrumental in the success of numerous village projects, including several OPWC projects, streetscape projects, and most notably the Fairport Harbor Water System regionalization, including the transition to Painesville City Water, demolition of the existing water tower, construction of the new water tower, and actually the demolition of the plant too. Whereas Clyde is retiring on May 21, 2024, in his last meeting as the village engineer. Now therefore be it resolved by the council of the Village of Fairport Harbor, County of Lake, State of Ohio as follows: that the Village of Fairport Harbor does hereby recognize and honor Clyde Haddon on his many accomplishments and tenure as a village engineer and wish him well in his retirement. Thank you, Clyde.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Much appreciated, thank you.
Yep. Okay, Clyde, for your last report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. Just a couple updates on the projects. I know Dave had some information in his report, but the water plant demo is proceeding. The abatement work is completed, and we have an August completion date for that project, but the contractor feels like he can get it done before then. The water tower, if you've noticed, we've had some tower steel shipments arriving on site, and that will be beginning to be constructed very soon. And that's planned to be done by the end of the year. The downtown streetscape project, the flat work, the concrete work is substantially complete. The fixtures are scheduled to arrive around June 11th, and then the installation of the poles will follow that. It shouldn't be a long duration for that. Projects that we are currently designing include the 5th Street Storm and Sanitary Improvement Project and the 2024 Sundry Road Program. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them if I can.
I don't have any questions. Clyde, again, thank you for your years of service. Good luck and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
It's well deserved.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Christine Page, our fiscal officer.
Okay, so for the month of April, your revenue, including real estate settlement earlier in the month, is $703,077.33. Your expenditures for the month were $326,085.85. The month is reconciled. Your interest for the month was $15,941.83. Flipping into page 2 for the year thus far, we've received $1,715,528.41. Expenditures to date are $1,861,499.30. Again, your reconciled figure is, why is that so weird? Your reconciled figure is $3,846,938.75. No, it's not. I'm going to recheck that. From the reconciliation, $3,993,503.75. In your financial package, you'll find payments and receipts delineated, all lined up for you. Questions?
I do not have any, Chris. Any questions for Chris? Okay. So on to legislation then. So old business, Resolution 2024-29, a 5.25 mil levy for the fire department is on second read. Resolution 2024-30, a 5.25 mil levy for the police department is also on second read. Ordinance number 2024-37, that's an ordinance to pay the bills, that will be on first read. Resolution 2024-38, that's a resolution confirming the appointment of Kyle Oshner as a Special Police Officer 3 for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. That is on first read. Resolution 2024-39, a resolution confirming the appointment of Adrian Manis as a Special Police Officer 3 for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. That is on first read. Resolution number 2024-40, a resolution advancing Anna C. Medina as to the position of Class C Police Officer SRO for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. That is on first read. Resolution 2024-41, a resolution advancing James Sheehan to the position of Class B Police Officer for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. That is on first read. Resolution 2024-42, a resolution advancing Christopher Manishi to the position of Class B Police Officer for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, declaring an emergency. That is on first read. A resolution advancing Tyler Varsy to the position of Class B Police Officer for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, declaring an emergency. That is on first read. A resolution to request an amended certificate of estimated resources from the auditor of Lake County, Ohio, and amend permanent appropriations and declaring an emergency. That is on first read. We
You have
did,
48 too.
did I miss 38?
I put it on your pile all
No,
by
no,
itself.
I read Kyle. Yep, so we're good there. Hold on one second.
Here you go, 48.
I have it here.
That's the one.
So, Resolution 2024-48, a resolution confirming the appointment of Matthew J. Schuster, or Suster, as a regular police officer for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. So I think that would do it. I need, Jim, can we set a meeting with the 4 members of council for June 6th?
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, we're going to go June 4th, 6 PM at Village Hall. We will have all these readings. The intent of that meeting will be to pass this legislation because the other 2 council members will be present. So June 4th, 6 PM at Village Hall, there'll be a regular council meeting. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
McKinney.
Aye.
Vacknick.
Aye.
Shaver.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Thank you.
Chiefs, I didn't see anything in your reports. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to add at this point? Okay.
Nothing, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so at this time, if council has nothing else, we are open to the public. A motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Heights.
Aye.
McKinney.
Aye.
Vacknick.
Aye.
Shaver.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. You come up and speak. I just didn't see any hands raised, is why I adjourned. Just please state your name and address for the record.
Sure. So my name is Carla Lawyer Mills. My husband and I own property on 2nd Street, 1002 2nd Street.
Yes, ma'am.
At a very high level, my request is to have some public water records shared. We've made a few requests via email, requests via meetings with some of the people here. And we need water records for the fire hydrants in the vicinity of the property, as well as historical water records for that piece of property. My understanding is that should be public record. So my ask to the council is if that can be provided to us, please.
I'll let Dave handle the answer.
We have pulled together all the information from that very detailed request that you had as of this afternoon. You'll be receiving an email from me tomorrow with all that information you requested, including the drawings of the water and the locations of the water lines adjacent to your property.
Okay,
Very detailed request, a very detailed and oriented response.
thank you.
Tomorrow.
That's appreciated. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, we are still adjourned. So, have a nice evening, everybody.
Maybe, well, I guess we were adjourned,
Yeah,
but
Do you want to do another motion?
a motion for
I
what?
think you can put in the minutes after the adjournment, there was this request, just so it's noted here.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Fair enough.
it was
Yeah.
said, and
Yeah.
it was said in front of everybody. We're
Okay.
not trying to keep it out of the record.
Right,
enough.
all good.
Yep, very good. Thank you, Jim.
Yes, thanks.